It's Jason Everett. I'm hanging out here with J.W. What's up, J.W.? How are you, man?
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you this morning.
Dude, good to see you too.
I've already had 2 cups of coffee. I'm not half as jacked up as this dude.
I live kind of in jacked up land. Most of you guys know that. But here's the thing. J.W. is wicked sharp. And I know you wouldn't say wicked sharp. I would say wicked sharp. And he is an incredible student, but also an incredible teacher. And what I love about how you operate, J.W., is you talk about how the mind works when we learn things. And one of the things I'd love to learn from you and help, hopefully, for the people that are watching, is what are some of the things that, like, people always ask me questions like, they go, look, I've been telling people the same thing over and over again, sometimes for years, and they just don't learn it. They don't, they don't get it. What's wrong with them? How do they, like, what do I tell them to get them to be excited to learn something?
So what aren't they doing? Give me a little more.
Yeah, like you say, okay, well, I need you to clean up this space, or clean up this workspace, or take care of this, or start asking these questions, and they fall back into their old habits. So what would you advise somebody who's in leadership to do to start getting people to actually do what they ask them to do? That's usually the question that I get.
Okay, so there's 2 things I would focus on.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how long do you want this to be?
Oh, good question. Maybe a minute. Give us like a minute or two's worth of information.
Okay.
You probably could dump for like 30 minutes.
No,
right?
yeah. So we don't want to do that. I just need you to know.
Yeah.
So first of all, the problem starts before the guy shows up in your salon.
Okay.
So what happens is, so let me explain what I do first. We've reverse engineered. I work with a thing called the Advanced Learning Institute. We're changing the name to the Learning Code Institute. But basically what we've done for the last 30 years is research the 7,000 genes that control neurological function.
Like I said, smart dude, right?
And so we've reversed how to turn them on so that people change the shape of their brain so their behaviors, their thoughts, and their beliefs can change.
Yeah.
So what happens is, what we tend to do is we think information causes transformation.
Correct.
Dude,
as soon as you learn something,
sink.
I told you 50 times, right?
Clean up that sink, sweep that floor. Lady, I've asked you 20 times to wash your hair with X shampoo, and you
and you don't do it.
Right?
You don't do it,
Yeah, and that's because they're existing neural structures. You're not doing anything to change them. If what you're doing is not changing them, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So one quick way to do it is, or the best way to do it as far as employees is concerned, is hire on values, not skills. Just because somebody is a good hair cutter doesn't mean they're a good employee.
Right, because they could be a horrible employee. Yeah.
So what we do for companies everywhere, we did this, we worked with everybody from the Mayo Clinic to Turner Broadcasting.
Awesome.
What we've done is we've showed them how to hire on values first, skills second.
Got it. So can you give me an example? Like, what's an example of, like, because most people say, can you do this? What have you thought? What's a good interview question for hiring on values?
So what we do is we have a sheet, literally. And what you need to do is sit down either with yourself or your staff or somebody and figure out, here are our 10 most important values.
As a team.
As a team.
Or as a company.
This is who we are as a group.
Right.
People want to follow the herd. So if you start with values first, then the values controls people's behavior.
Got it.
Some people always show up on time. That's their value.
Yeah.
Some people always do a really good haircut. No matter, even if they're sick, they'll make sure somebody's
they'll show up.
That's their value. Okay, so it's already in their structure.
So finding somebody that has values that are similar to you, that are people that
make it part of your
same
policy.
things. We talk about something, as you know, with Blair, we talk about a code of honor, and that's part of it. But I think,
but a code of honor is top down,
right? And what I like you're talking about is values, which is bottom up.
In a way, it's who you are as a human. That's who you are.
Yeah, it's your nature.
You're the guy. Like I could, you and I know. If you say you're going to do something for me, I know you're going to do it.
Right. Yeah.
So there's a level of trust.
Yeah. So it goes back to that we were talking about yesterday, right? Is that trust piece is more important. Right, is like really, if you can trust that somebody will show up on time. I mean, again, I've hired people that, like, they show up to their interview 15 minutes early. They show up every day of work 15 to 20 minutes early versus somebody who's kind of on time, loosely late, and then they're probably going to be kind of on time, loosely late forever.
So one of your values might be, I love being part of a team and help the team grow.
Yeah.
I hold my integrity high.
Yeah.
So if I tell somebody, I'm going to do it.
So what's happening in their brain that causes people to kind of hold those values tighter, or like what are the things that go on that prevent people from changing?
Well, you're asking some.
I know. I said, give me a minute, and he goes, give me the whole thing. It's okay. You can go as far as you want, but I just mean, what do you think are the things that really are causing people to not want to create that change or not want to be any different than they were?
That's a great question, but here's the problem. Your history basically builds fats and proteins, synapses and neurons in your brain. It looks just like cheddar cheese.
Yeah.
It's very thick,
Loved
gooey.
your cheddar cheese analogy, by the way.
Very thick, gooey stuff.
Right.
And so if you've lived a life where you're out of integrity, where you don't want to be part of a team, all those things, your structures are ingrained. It's thick, gooey stuff.
So that cheddar cheese is already decided.
It's
for
hard
lack of
to
a better
change.
term.
Now there's a way to change it, but we're not going to do it in a minute.
Yeah.
So
no, to your point.
The first thing is to hire on values first, skills second, but make it part of your policy.
Yeah.
Put them up on the wall.
Yeah.
Make sure we live this. I mean, there's companies like Enron that had great values. I don't know if you guys know who Enron was. It's a huge company that went out of business. Billions of dollars were lost because they had a great value on the wall. We hire the best people, do the best things.
Right.
And inside, they were just crooks.
Something about integrity, though, was missing from that value system. Yeah, that's good. So, so hire for values. Make sure that you're finding people that are already like the culture that you want to have, and you'll have a longer term. And again, quit fighting the cheddar cheese. So many people ask me about how do you create somebody to change. You're like, well, it's like trying to punch through cheddar cheese.
You hired the wrong guy to start with.
So that might be hard to hear. Hired the wrong guy, hired the wrong gal. So, but do me a favor. So, find people that are the right fit. Use that. And thank you, JW, for hanging out with us for a little bit. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. See ya.